Hi, I'm Susie Garden, and this is the Ageless and Awesome podcast. I'm an age-defying naturopath and clinical nutritionist, and I'm here to bust myths around women's health and aging so that you can be ageless and awesome in your 40s, 50s, and beyond. The Ageless and Awesome podcast is dedicated to helping women through perimenopause and menopause with great health, a positive mindset, and outrageous confidence. Hit subscribe or follow now, and let's get started. Hello, gorgeous one, and welcome to Q&A Thursday with me. This week, I've got a question from Astrid from Melbourne. And this is a really common question I get when I'm doing my pre-screening calls, when I'm talking to women that have really struggled with their weight, but only since they hit 40. So women that have always, just had a fairly healthy lifestyle, they feel pretty good about what they're putting in their bodies, and yet they've hit their 40s and suddenly everything has changed. And so she's asked me, I'm eating healthy whole foods, but I'm not losing weight. Why not? I'm not eating lots of sugar. I'm not eating processed foods. What is going on? And yeah, as I mentioned, I do hear this a lot. So let's talk about a few things with regard to this, because I've certainly heard since I've been in the nutrition world, and I've been in this world since about 2014 now. And it was always when I was doing my training and just, reading blogs and all that sort of stuff before I actually was qualified. And it was kind of like, if you're having a diet full of healthy whole foods, and you don't really need to worry about how much of that you're eating. And I used to hear that messaging a lot. And what I have found since I've been working with personalized nutrition is portion size is critical. Portion size is critical, and also macro balance is critical. So if you don't know what I mean by macro balance, macros just refers to fats, carbs, and proteins, right? So you have macronutrients, which are those three, and then you have micronutrients, and micronutrients are like your iron and zinc and vitamin D and vitamin C and all of that sort of stuff. So what I have found in working with personalized nutrition is that, yes, a lot of people will comment to me that the amount of veggies, salads, fruits, etc., proteins is either less than or more than what they currently eat. And the balance of protein and veggies and salads, etc., is often way different to what they were doing. And this varies from person to person. Some people will say, I used to eat double the amount of veggies than you've got me on this plan. And others that are saying, wow, this is so much more than I would normally eat. And yet it always works. So it's really interesting to me to see how with personalized nutrition, these balances really are important. And portion size in particular, I think, is important. And Astrid, potentially, this is where things are going a little pear-shaped for you, is the actual portion size that you're having. Also, how frequently you're eating. That is another really big learning that I had when I did my nutrition training, and also when I did additional training in the personalized nutrition program that I run, which is Metabolic Balance within my Glow Protocol container. And meal timing, and there's been a lot of recent research on this as well, is really important for managing blood glucose and insulin levels, and that helps with your hunger management. So 3 meals a day and no snacks is considered ideal, and that's what the research is telling us, even with people with significant blood sugar metabolism issues, such as people with diabetes, and type 2 diabetes, 3 meals a day is getting way better blood sugar management, and therefore it will manage things like hunger and cravings than multiple small meals. And so that is also something that is really important. Meal timing, as well as your portion sizes and your macro balance. I haven't talked a lot about macro balance, so I'm going to do that now, because that is another thing that I notice huge variations in when I run these personalized nutrition plans based on people's blood biochemistry, medical conditions, body measurements. So there's a whole bunch of different factors that are taken into account when I run these plans or develop these plans, and the amount of the protein versus the amount of veggies, salads, fruit, etc. There's a lot of variation between person to person. And it all is depending on that multitude of factors that I just mentioned. So Astrid, depending on what's going on in your individual body, your individual biochemistry, that is going to be driving why your weight is no longer controlled by what you were doing. And of course, we're layering in the fact that I'm making an assumption because I don't know how old you are, but I'm assuming if you're in my world that you're probably in that 40 to 50 sort of age group, that peri or postmenopausal age group. And as we know, as well as those factors I've just mentioned, there is that extra layer of complexity with the hormonal shifts that may be occurring for you, Astrid. Also look at things like your stress levels, because that is going to impact your body's ability to lose weight. If your cortisol levels are high, you will hold on to fat. And you'll notice that fat, especially perhaps coming around in that torso area. And the other thing is sleep. That's the other main thing I would be looking at. Astrid, if your sleep is really not great, then that would be a high priority if you're looking for weight management. And also hydration. Always hydration. Almost goes without saying. So 35 mils of water per kilo of body weight is your water target. All right, I think that's all I've got to say on that. And of course, if anyone, or Astrid, if you're looking for personalized nutrition, you want to have a chat, see if there's what I offer can help, just book in for a pre-screening call. They're free of charge. Honestly, no obligation. I get a lot out of talking to you. I love talking to you. And I never ask you to sign up on the call. I'll always just send an email afterwards with a little summary of what we've talked about and the booking link. So please feel free to book in and let's chat. So if you've got a question for me for a future episode, I would love to hear from you. I'm wanting to stack up a few episodes and pre-record them before the Christmas break. So I really want to get a little bit of a question bank going on. So please feel free to DM me at Susie Garden Wellness. If you're on Spotify, you can message me through the app or email me hello@susiegarden.com. I hope you've had a great week and you're looking forward to the weekend, and I will see you next Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining me today on the Ageless and Awesome podcast. If you liked today's episode, please make sure you click the little plus button if you're on Apple Podcasts, or the follow button if you're on Spotify, so that you can get each new episode delivered to you every single week. If you like free stuff, and who doesn't, then head over to susiegarden.com and grab my 8 essential age-defying secrets every woman over 40 should know right now. Or if you'd like to continue the discussion, head over to Instagram and DM me at Susie Garden Wellness. I'd love to connect with you.